Hi, everyone. Before we get into episode one, I wanted to take a few minutes to explain who is behind Learn, Lead, Live, and what we do. Meet your executive producers and co-hosts, myself, Angelica Bravo, and Dr. Everett Shupe. We are both passionate about learning, leading, and living our best lives. In addition, we both started our careers in the meetings industry and transitioned to roles in organizational leadership and learning. Everett recently graduated from George Washington University and received his doctorate degree in organizational learning. And I'm currently enrolled in the master's program at GW for organizational leadership and learning. So you can see we have a lot of common interests, and together we provide two very different perspectives based on our experiences for Learn, Lead, Live. You can read our full bios down below in the description and follow us on LinkedIn. So what are we doing with Learn, Lead, Live? Well, we've started a YouTube channel to house all of our episodes. Each episode is an interview-style format where we will invite speakers to discuss trending topics. We also love bringing people together to learn from one another and hear different perspectives. So in this video, not only will you see episode 1, you will get to hear some shared reflections on how individuals were able to interpret the power skills from the episode. Moving forward, we will post episodes and then give you an opportunity to watch them and to register to join us on Zoom to debrief the episode with us and our guest speaker. We can also speak at your next virtual or in-person conference or event. We recently spoke for Meetings Professional International Potomac chapter on the power of emotional intelligence. If you are interested in learning more about our speaking topics, please contact us via LinkedIn. And now, without further ado, I present episode 1 of Learn, Lead, Live.
All right, today our guest is Safisha Mance, owner of Mance and Associates, a meeting planning firm, and Fia's Fabulous Finds, a secondhand boutique in Washington, D.C. We met about 20 years ago in the meetings industry and have been friends ever since. I knew you when you were planning meetings for the law firm in D.C.
Yes.
I watched you open your own meeting planning business, and now you're a successful entrepreneur in the DC metro area. I'm curious, since our focus is learn, lead, and live, when you hear those words, what do you think of, or what does that mean to you?
I think it means to me that I am always going to be an adult learner. I've been in the business, event management, and running the store for almost 9 years and every day I'm learning something new, whether it's how to not make the same mistakes before, or how to market something differently, how to change the product to go with the times. So every day I'm living, I'm learning, and I'm trying to bring something new every day to both businesses.
So you and I, we were both members of Meeting Professionals International, the Potomac chapter. And one thing that I've observed of you is you're just a networker. You move and shake, you meet people, you greet people, you connect people. And so I'm wondering, what have you learned through connection and networking? How has that facilitated your own development and your own learning and your own leadership?
Yes. One of the things I've realized in the time that, from back when you and I were at PMPI and to now, is that to be successful, you can't make it by yourself. You can't make it by yourself. You need people. And for me, I have been somewhat successful because I've had people that I have connected with, people who have provided me different ideas, ways of thinking, support, just people I can call on. And for me, being successful means being connected to, like I said, different ways of thinking, connected with who do you know? I need help. Do you have someone that I can solicit to? Do you have somebody who might want to work my store? Do you have an idea to launch another event or some sort of promotion at the store? No one that I know who's successful can make it by themselves. And it starts with connection. It starts with meeting people. It starts with getting to know people. And so for me, without those connections, I don't think I would be sitting here with you today.
Got it. So you and I, like when I first started on my doctoral journey, you said I was crazy. But I remember us having lunch in the Woodley Park area. There's a little restaurant there across from Omni Shoreham.
Yes.
And I was telling you what my study was all about: vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
risk, emotional exposure, and uncertainty. And I'm curious, how do you think that figures into learning, being vulnerable, experiencing risk? Because you've had a lot of risk. I mean,
Yes.
going out on your own as an independent meeting planner is a huge risk.
Sure.
You know, running a store is a huge risk. And I mean, you've just done it with grace and gusto. So I'm curious how you've experienced vulnerability in that space.
I mean, just like you with going on to your advanced education, to be successful, you've got to take chances. You really have to take chances. And honestly, as I walk through this life, personally and professionally, you know, what's the worst that can happen? Really, what is the worst that can happen? You fail, well, then you get back up. And that to me moves into living vulnerably. It's exciting for me to take risks. It was exciting for me to see that you took risks and you moved out of your comfort zone. I think also to be professional and to learn and to lead and to live, I think you need to take chances. Being safe doesn't equate to success.
Got it. I want to talk about your daughters. I I've been with you through the birth of your two daughters,
Yes.
and I'm curious as a parent, because I've learned probably the most by being a parent. I'm wondering what you've learned from being a parent.
As most people know, and as you know, I got married very late in life and I had children very late in life. And one of the things that I am still learning, because I haven't learned how to do it successfully yet, is to be patient. My daughters have pushed me in the direction of being patient with getting success quickly, being patient with moving fast. When you have two little girls and you're older, you just can't move fast. I can't even think fast, Everett. Everything is a process. And so having daughters also have given me a sense of I don't know everything.
Which is another level of uncertainty.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah.
And also having children has helped me with balance. Balance with trying to be successful professionally, and balance with trying to make sure that I am fulfilled as a mother, as a wife. I'm a Girl Scout troop leader. I'm involved in my church, and those are equally important to me.
So you know that we've had this age-old issue of work-life balance, and Matthew Kelly calls it professional personal satisfaction. Which one of those rings with you the most, or do you think of balance in some different way?
I think of it in that way that you just
The
described.
personal professional versus the work life.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just equally important.
Because sometimes you are given 24/7 to your business,
Yes.
and then the next day you're given 24/7 to Girl Scouts and
Correct.
school, and
and this is the part that I'm still not good at. You know what I mean? Because one thing that I will say is that when you do have professional and personal balance, you are also tired all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I could not live without the other. If I had my beautiful children and I did not have a career, I think I would be sad.
Yeah.
And if I
yeah.
had the professional career and super rich and no love, I would be very, very sad as well. So to me, having both of those makes me who I am, and it makes me keep on going. I want both. And I think as a woman, as a person, man or woman, you really can have it all. If you work hard, you can have it all.
And tapping into your relationships again. I mean, I know with Jenna and myself, we've done different things with our roles. I mean, I've taken care of the kids. She's out making money and doing all kinds of things.
Yes.
So it's really those relationships and working with others that help you create that balance.
Absolutely.
So I want to wrap up our time, and I know that you've done a lot, and so I'm curious, what's next for you in the learning, leadership, living space?
I think right now I am moving in the direction of still keeping my head above water. So what's next for me is continuing to do what I do, and what I love most is to stay an active event planner, and work Mance and Associates, as well as I'm also working as a contractor with the federal government, and then also still maintaining the roles and responsibilities as a mother and as a wife, and now with aging parents, as a daughter who is has responsibilities to her parents. And so right now I'm just trying to keep that balance as I move in the direction of still learning and trying to still be a leader and still trying to just live a happy life.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
I'm
so happy to be your friend.
Me too, and I'm proud of you, Dr. Shupe. Dr. Shupe.
Well, thank you for joining us at Learn, Lead, and Live, especially as our first guest. We're so honored to have you here.
I'm
and I
honored
know
to be here.
you have to go open up your store. Hey, why don't you tell everybody about Fia's Fabulous Finds just for a moment?
It's in Washington, D.C., 806 Upshur Street Northwest, Fia's Fabulous Finds. Thank you, Everett.
Sure.
Always willing to be learning, and know that you're not always at the, kind of not accepting that you're at the top of the game. There's always opportunity for growth, and the networking, I kind of summed it up as, you're only as strong as the people that are around you. And as long as you're willing to receive help from others, get the right people that are around you. If I'm weak at something and there's somebody that's stronger than that, at that particular thing than I am, then, building that network to support that. And that's what gives that success, right, that she was talking about, I think.
I think her touching on vulnerability was really important to her process, because she stated, about being an adult learner, she was at the place where she didn't know what she didn't know. So she had to be vulnerable to reach out for help and I think Ned said it really great when he said being willing to accept help. Not everybody has that as a competence.
I think I'm pretty good, or I like to think I'm pretty good at connecting with people and kind of meeting them where they're at. And I'm an encourager on StrengthsFinder, which is the yeah, go hit it, go do it. I'm here to help you however I can. And I want to be your encourager. So I feel like that's one of my superpowers, and making people feel seen and heard.
Well, one thing that I noticed in the interview was I don't know if it's a mindset change. It's like the majority of people don't like change, and it looks like a lady that you interviewed, she learned to love, not love the change, but be comfortable with it.
The last thing that I put in here was identifying what makes you whole as a person. Whether, just, I think she said, just because, I could have a whole lot of money and no love, and that's not going to make me whole, right? So it's you kind of identifying really what makes you whole, and then that will help you give you direction to the last thing that I wrote, and that was, having a vision as to what's next, always looking forward and seeing what's next and how you can improve and do better.